Hello everyone, welcome to the Voltron Season 3 review that we are finally getting to. It's been, over a week since the season aired, and I thought, it would be nice to actually do a review for the season, like not a month later or two. And so I'm Hailey, as you probably know, and MYKAL hasn't watched it yet, I think, so filling in for him, I have a couple of my friends. So first off, we have Zacc from Kitsune, and her channel is Kitsune Zakuro. She's been on my channel many times, and she's just awesome, and she has a lot to say, I'm sure. Yeah. And okay. And also we have her friend Minty, who is also now my friend because I was in a video with her. If you've seen on Kitsune Zakuro's channel, that she has this very interesting video about Voltron Season 3 that if you're of a certain age, you should watch.
Of a certain age?
Yeah, some joke.
Yeah, don't expose the children to that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not. This channel is for all ages. I don't know about yours.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, thank you guys for joining me. And so first off, in the Season 3, I wanted to know your initial overall thoughts for that. I'm going to kind of moderate this to my best ability and also give my opinions. So yeah, you go ahead, Zacc.
The first time we did watch it, there was a lot of frustrated screaming. And I don't think that has changed. Every time I do think back onto the season, all I can think about is constant screaming. I don't want to review it or criticize it like a full season just because it is just those 7 odd episodes, and it isn't a full season. So I do feel so bad for judging it so harshly. But if everyone else is gonna treat it like a season, and if they're treating this like a season, then I'm gonna criticize like one. And it was an absolute mess.
Ooh.
Of a season.
Yeah, that's true. It was cut in half for those of you who don't know that season 1 and 2 were 13 episodes each in length, but this one was cut in half, so we're gonna get season 4 in October, which is probably a good thing, so less time between seasons, but if they all go this way, then they might lose some fans.
Yeah, I have to agree with Zacc. It was a mess. I left that with a lot of disappointment.
Could you elaborate?
The story was in the beginning was just so messy until later. The last few episodes was okay, I'm getting back into this. I might not hate this, but for the most part, I was just disappointed. It was just so underwhelming for me.
Honestly, the mark when fake Shiro comes back.
Okay, we're just getting right into that. Okay.
No, listen, not my Shiro.
Yes, yeah. I made a theory video about this. It came out a couple days ago by the time this video is released. And basically it's talking about how the Shiro we see from the journey on is not the Shiro that we have known since episode 1. And that's a very interesting theory that I love, and I kind of hope it's true. It's kind of bad, but if it is true, but I hope it is, because that means the reason all these weird things that have been happening with Shiro since we saw him again makes sense. It gives a reason for that. So, yeah, continue on.
All these fake people around, oh my god. No, but once Shiro came back, I feel like the writing got better. Somehow. It just suddenly was oh look, we're organized again, ha ha ha.
All the scenes with the paladins seemed really odd, and out of character, especially Keith.
You want to talk about Keith now?
No, not right now.
Oh no,
yeah.
I guess we can do. We can do the okay, how about we go to the dislikes after? What did you like though? What did you guys?
Are you asking that? What? Okay, so that one episode, it was pre-fake Shiro, but it still had a version of Shiro.
Hole in the Sky? That's the one. Alternate realities were kind of... Yeah, there you go. Alternate realities were confirmed, which I actually think I kind of mentioned on a previous theory video was like, where is Shiro? And I did mention that it was possible that he was in an alternate reality. And that'd be interesting. That's not confirmed. We don't even know where he is still, the real Shiro. So,
Shiro, come back.
but yeah, but you know, Slav said that in season 2. He talks about that a lot, and now it's relevant. So that's pretty awesome, I think.
Yeah.
Sven has my heart.
Mm-hmm.
He was the best thing about the season.
Yeah, that was such a nice nod to people that
I know.
watched the 80s series. And
Yeah.
or just like knew about what happened in that series, because he was just like, after he got hurt, he's like, take me to Space Hospital, and which is exactly what happened in the 80s series. So if you don't know that, then that just makes things like 10 times better for that episode.
Space Hospital.
Yeah. You know, I also really liked the stuff with the first paladins of Voltron, like with Zarkon and Alfor and stuff. All their backstory. I would watch a TV show of them, like, specifically. Yeah. Like, that was really good. Like, I really enjoyed their stories. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that was A Legend Begins, and it was the final episode of the season. And yeah, you could.
We all know how it ends, because it ends with kind of how the series begins. We all know it's gonna crash and burn, but still, they look so enjoyable to watch that, you know what? I will go on this car ride with you that will inevitably, like, lead to all our dooms. Still.
Oh, and I also really liked how they made Haggar and Zarkon work. Like I didn't think that would be a thing, and I thought that would be like a terrible ship. But then when they made it work, I was like okay with it.
Yeah. I remember. If you remember, Hailey, like we used to be like, ooh, Zarkon and Haggar OTP, right? We were joking about that.
Yes.
But then they somehow made it. Like,
they made it work.
Not weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have even imagined that they would have been like a thing.
A proper thing.
Yeah, but now, like, the way they did it was actually, like, I was impressed. Like, wow, you really made that work. I was kind of borderline thinking it was a crack ship, but, like, wow.
Minty, crack ship. Haggar's always with Zarkon.
That's true, but...
I mean, they didn't seem too close, though, so I do see why it'd be, like, kind of, maybe not. But this totally made it, like, it gave, I don't know, it just, seeing how they both used to be when they were younger, it was great. Before they were both crazy.
Or possessed or whatever they are.
Exactly, yeah. And that, what do you guys think about that? Like, now that we know that Zarkon and Haggar are kind of possessed, like, do you think that makes them worse or better as villains?
I think it makes them, like, lazy villains.
Yeah,
writing-wise. Yeah, because, like, you could have done so much more with that. To just have them be possessed is just kind of like a cop-out.
Yeah, I feel like if they just left it that they were hungry for power, I feel like that would have been... It's a little typical, yeah, but still, it's a good enough motivation, and I feel like when they do make them, as in, like, possessed and stuff, it doesn't really make their actions, post their death, really, all that evil or valid. Like, yes, it's horrible and it's really... But in some aspects and in some ways, it's kind of like, not validating or justifying it, but kind of giving it an excuse, giving it a pass.
Yeah.
It's not... It doesn't seem as pure evil and villainous. It just... Yeah, like Minty said, from a writing standpoint, it's quite lazy, and then from I guess the character's perspective, or like how we view the story, it's just, oh, that's convenient,
right?
They're not actually that bad. Oof, it's their, they can't control it, and that's it can work, but once because they've established them like how they have, it just feels like a cop out.
Yeah, because I mean, if they're possessed or whatever, then their actions aren't really theirs. No. In the end, I mean, they kind of seems like they're going for, like, a setup like that seems like they're going for, like, a redemption arc with them. I don't really want Zarkon to be redeemed.
Yeah.
I want him to be a really bad character, you know? Like, I mean, as a person.
Yeah.
Like, a good character, but, like, an evil villain.
A well-written villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. So moving over to something else that I really liked probably my favorite episode after A Legend Begins, because it's pretty much tied with the journey. I don't know, I just, my favorite character is Shiro, so even if it wasn't exactly him, if it was this clone that I have talked about before, I still really liked it. He had a whole new look and everything. He was just, trying to survive from this. He's just been through so much. It's just so sad to see this. And I don't know. What'd you guys think of that episode?
I like that episode, but I do agree. I do feel bad for fake Shiro, because assuming that the like theories and things that people say about him is right, and that his like Shiro's memories and feelings and stuff, and how he kind of does things have been implanted into this thing, then that means all of Shiro's stress would also be like into this other Shiro. True. And just he's so stressed out, and I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
Please, take a break. I'm so sorry for you.
It's just really depressing to think about, because like if he has all like the same feelings and thoughts as like the other Shiro, then like can you imagine like how heartbroken he'd be when he finds out he's a clone? Then like what's gonna happen to him after that? Like are the paladins gonna accept him? Like,
I hope so. I mean, if we're looking at the old series, like if we're looking at the Japanese series, then he's gonna go, probably. Wait.
Didn't Shiro die and he was replaced by the clone?
I swear I read that they
Shiro gonna die?
Well, okay, one Shiro is gone for sure.
Okay, but like since this is an issue with I'm pretty sure no one liked this about this season, but the lion swap, right?
Actually, on my review, on my theory video, some people were defending it. Like, we all knew this was coming.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah.
Just because we all knew it was coming doesn't mean we all know school is coming. We are looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what they said to defend it, but they quite a few people gave that an upvote, so they were okay with it. Yeah.
Defending it and liking it are two different things.
Okay, but
I think the majority of the especially of the newer fan base disliked it.
Yeah,
I can agree.
If we're gonna go along that route and think that this is going to be a perma line swap, like it's gonna be permanent, then Shiro would have to die, and so they don't actually have to get rid of Shiro. They have clone Shiro, who conveniently can't pilot the Black Lion because it doesn't have a connection with the Black Lion. So then they're just gonna have to stay permanently lion swapped. So Shiro might die.
We're gonna get to the dislikes later, but I see they came over. they just came back.
Man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, the episode was really good, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad, but when that giant crab thing came out of the water and just beat I kind of laughed at that because I was like, oh no, you poor thing, but I couldn't help but find it just a little funny.
Just everything, he can't have a break for more than 10 minutes.
Oh, he finds water.
Yeah.
And then a thing comes out to kill him.
Literally, that's his life.
So sad.
Mm-hmm.
Shiro doesn't deserve it.
No.
Every form of Shiro is just stress.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stress.
Just stress.
So, what are your guys' thoughts on Lotor and his generals?
So boring.
Really?
Lotor was such a boring character to me. He was just there, just chasing them. Who cares? Why are you doing that?
Who cares?
And his generals, I liked them more. At least they had personalities. But Lotor was just he was so bland. Every time I think about him, he just gets more bland in my head, and I'm just I
feel that. I feel because as you know, Hailey, I did everything that I could to not generate hype, just so I wouldn't be disappointed for the season. But the only exception that I got was for Lotor. I had the slightest little hype for him. I was like, ooh, Lotor, hello. I love me some villains. Yes. And I was really expecting him to be awful. Like, as in, like, an awful person, not awfully written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it turns out I just got awfully written.
Yeah.
It's... I feel like, a point that a friend of ours made was... At first, they're like, oh, he's an outcast. None of the other Galver, like, really like him. He's been, like, exiled or something. He was probably a rebellious teen or something.
Yeah.
Like, edgy emo, right? But then he wins them over in, like, 2 seconds. He's like, oh, yo, I'm gonna beat this guy. Oh, you guys like me now? Great. And he's like, oh, the masses are so easily manipulated. Like, shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah, that's literally what he said.
Yeah.
Shut up.
He's smart, but
not
they make him,
convincing.
he's just like, very smart, and we're all just, I don't know. It's just hard.
Yeah, he's very like, I mean, he's bland, but the thing is, he's not interesting. He's not that kind of typical kind of hero villain where it's hero villain. What am I saying? The Disney villain that's just sort of like, I'm evil. He's just.
I mean, he's supposed to be different from his father, for sure, who was kind of like the pure evil one.
But, like, what are his motivations? What are they, though?
Is he like Zuko? Cause
yeah, like, what is the point?
So.
Because, like, I mean, I guess, like, we don't have to know exactly what his motivations are, but we have to know, like, a little bit. And, like, I feel like they gave us nothing. He's just, like,
he just
crazy.
wants to rule the empire.
But you know what?
Better than his father.
I feel like even that, like, even if we do have, like, somewhat of a motivation, because I feel like we do have a motivation for him. He doesn't want to be his father, because he's like, he has mentioned, I'm not my father, right?
Yeah, but, like...
But, like, I feel like we do have somewhat of a motivation. It's just, you can have a character that has good intentions and stuff, and has motivation, but if they're not entertaining and fun to be on screen with, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Then it's really poorly written, because you can't convince the audience to either, like, root against them or, like, not for them, but, you know, like I said, in like my own thoughts and, like, places that I've I guess talked to people about Lotor, I was hoping he would be someone like Dio from JoJo, because Dio is just an absolute garbage human. He's not here. He's absolute garbage.
So
he's garbage.
Evil. This is for the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just checking. Maybe not everyone knows what that is. My channel.
Dio is in every single aspect a terrible person. And it's so understandable to absolutely hate him, not even find him, like, charming kind of, like, villain. And that's a good villain, where you are rooting against them and you hate them. But with Lotor, you don't have any strong feelings except for maybe disappointment, which I'm sure his parents relate to.
Oh my god. Speaking of which, you know, we've heard several times that his father is Zarkon, but we didn't get a confirmation that Haggar was his mother, and I'm like, are you serious? He looks just like her. Like, and then they had the whole background episode that was like, oh, it turns out that Haggar is married to Zarkon. And we still don't even know how Lotor came around or when. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because, like, we know they both went insane, so it was just Haggar forgot, like, what, that they, I don't know.
No. That doesn't make sense, you see, Hailey. Because they didn't have a child.
Exactly,
when they died.
Yeah, and also, like, they've been ruling for, like, 10,000 years, and Lotor is not 10,000 years old.
And if you make the argument that he's, like, a juiced-up quintessence baby or whatever, right? Then why isn't he, like, possessed or, like, weird, like, how they are? Why is he normal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to see,
and if they're dead, how can they... Are they undead? Can the undead, like...
I think that's probably
reproduce?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, we don't... Yeah, I hope that gets answered, because I was just waiting for it. Didn't happen. But I was not expecting...
Talk about the birds and the bees.
Yep. There you go. So, I mean, we quickly mentioned this, but did you have like a favorite general of Lotor's generals? Like, it was just so awesome, like because like they're all girls, and you know these are like the only girl Galra that we've ever seen. So I just thought it was interesting.
I actually really like their designs. Like some of them, I feel like the colors are a little weird sometimes. Yeah. But I like weird colors, so that's fine. I do really like them, and I don't remember their names because they have weird alien names, and I'm like.
Yeah, so I can name it off. We have Aksha, who's the Weblum Galra. Ezor, I believe she's the one that likes to talk a lot. That might be her.
The pink one, like the long, weird, the long like ponytail.
Yeah, thing? That can turn invisible.
She's my favorite one.
Yeah, Zethrid, who's the strong one, and Narti, who can mind control people, and she has her cat, and she and she can't see, I guess, but she sees through her cat.
I like go.
Okay, I like the one with the long ponytail. She reminds me of May from The Last Airbender.
May?
Yeah.
Isn't she like Tylee?
Yeah. It's May, right? Oh, who is it? I forgot who it was. But yeah, she reminds me from someone.
Okay. I got those feelings too, and I felt like Aksha was kind of like Azula in some cases. Just how she looks and stuff.
Keith? No.
There's another theory.
That's another thing. No, but my favorites were the cat lady, because, I don't know, I just find it so adorable. She just casually carries a cat with her. I mean, she needs it to see, but at the same time, that's adorable.
But also really eye cat.
Exactly.
Shut up. Shush. I see what you're doing there. But no, and I also really like the buff lady. That's like low-key Zarya from Overwatch, but you know, that's fine.
Wow. Yeah, Azor. Yeah, she's
She's like, let me kill something, and I'm like, crush me.
Oh my gosh.
I love you. She's so great! Yeah, even though the generals weren't as explored or anything, and they weren't like the most entertaining, they had more of a personality than like Lotor did. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why we don't like Lotor, because everyone else around him is so much more interesting.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true.
So what was the theory, if you know it, about Aksha?
Low-key Keith's mom?
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that, because she does kind of resemble him. So
I've also seen Keith's sister.
Yeah. Like half-sister, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, but I've seen stuff people argue, like, Keith doesn't have a lot of Galra features, so he's probably just, like, his mom, if we're going based off this, is a Galra human.
Yeah.
And then he's, like, his mom is a Galra human, and then his dad's a human, so he's more human than he is Galra, and that's why he doesn't have that many Galra features.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that turns out, but yeah, because she was the Weblum Galra, the one that we saw in season 2, so I would hope she has some more importance than just what we. I mean, that is pretty important, being a general to Lotor, but
okay, but if she has no relation to like Keith, I'm not talking about like as in family, but I'm saying if she has nothing to do connected to Keith in some shape or form, then what was all that development for?
Yeah, that would be weird. I'm sure she does have at least some connection. Like, there was a reason why he, like, found her out there and
why he recognized her.
Yeah.
We talked about that, like, I guess we can talk about, like, your major dislikes. I guess we kind of talked about most of them, but do you have, like, anything else?
Oh, man.
Oh. Well, you didn't elaborate on Keith yet, did you?
She didn't.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me just so to go off from season 2. I'm like trying so hard to. Okay, so going off from season 2, they ruined so many characters from season 2. Elora was absolutely like, she was pretty much ruined as in like character from season 2. Yes, in season 2. Okay. Hunk and Lance, where are you, honey? I can't see you. Oh, you were in season 2. I didn't notice. I really didn't. Like, I feel like Pidge is the only one who's been, like, kept good. And, like, yes, protect Pidge, but, like, there are other people here.
Yes.
the problem with season 2 was the odd pacing and the weird focus on Shiro and Keith, and when you rush someone's arc like that, you don't have enough time to develop it and for you to care, and it just went so fast you couldn't process like so much like all that information, and like Keith Izagara, like they just kind of mentioned that on the down low, and it's like, oh okay, oh next scene, oh can we just like, I don't know, dwell on that for like a hot second? We just found out like Keith Izagara. We make a few jokes about it throughout the season, but we have no time to process it. And there was just a weird fixation on Shiro and Keith, which they're doing in this season as well, which makes no sense. But this season, what I can give it, unlike season 2, was they had a better balance of concentration on each character. Like they did concentrate a little more on like on Lance and stuff. Of course, Keith was still in the spotlight, but that's besides the point. Hunk wasn't treated like just some comedy relief. He was like given some scenes, and Hunk was like really cutely drawn this season. I don't know if any of you noticed that, but he was like so adorable this season.
I agree.
Like just adorable. Elora, season 2 made me hate Elora. Season 3, like, I love Elora so much. Her character development and, like, the things that she goes through. I absolutely, like, love how they manage that. And I feel like like I said, how the screen time and kind of dedication to each character is divided on screen is a lot better in season 3. Now, there's the one character they failed. They failed me on.
Oh, man.
And a little context. I absolutely love Keith. Keith is my favorite. Keith, I relate to Keith on all levels. On all levels except physical, I am Keith. But like, this, season 2 and season 3, why have you mistreated him so poorly? Season 1 is for establishing characters, and then the rest is for developing them. But it seems each season they try and re-establish Keith, and it just makes him seem all over the place. He is a mess of a character. He's so out of character in this season, I feel. Or even not out of character, because I feel like his reactions and the way he acts to certain situations, especially with Shiro leaving and stuff, I feel like they're in his character, but the way they were written and the way they were portrayed within the show was very... It was off. It was just wrong. I'll say it was just outright wrong. They mistreated him so badly. They made, instead of making him a fun character who's like emo and like an edgelord, and you know, he's so anime. He's such an edgelord. His birthday is October the Black Parade was released on that
October 23rd.
Come on. But now he's just an egotistical, arrogant prick, rather than someone who you're kind of like playfully making fun of.
And the thing is, he keeps getting things he doesn't want. You know,
I
and
feel
he doesn't
so
deserve.
bad for him.
But it's like the good, like he's getting everything anyone could want, like especially Lance. But he doesn't want it.
Oh.
I know, poor Lance. I felt so bad in that.
Good character development, but I still feel bad for him. Yeah. No, Keith, I feel bad for Keith just because he doesn't want this destiny, and I feel bad because it's like, oh, destiny, this is your fate, blah, 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 right? Mm-hmm. And I get that, and I get stories that go along with doing that, and I get protagonists wanting to go against it and stuff, but we all know he's going to fit into this role, and I really dislike the way that they're going about it, how they're making him fit into the role. Like I said, there's just way too much focus on Keith, and way too much focus. I feel like they should have gone the same route that they did with Matt, which some of us might have forgotten, but he's here. But the thing is, with Matt and Pidge, they're slowly kind of, they don't bring it into complete light, but you have a few scenes here and there where Pidge is still looking for Matt. Pidge mentions Matt. You'll see Pidge doing something in regards to Matt. Pidge is still looking for Matt, but it's never directly in the spotlight because it's not that time for the arc. And I feel like they should have maybe in season 2 put like a little bit more focus on Keith because they want to start his arc, and then kind of just mentioned it and hinted it throughout so the pacing could be better. The other characters could have time for their character progressions and all that stuff to continue on. Like I said, they just over focused on him. He's just too much on screen. The way they're developing him, it's like there's so many different people writing him, and is that why he's all over the place? They ruined a perfectly good character by trying to keep on re-establishing him, and I am just furious.
Aww. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else to say, Minty, that she didn't already mention?
Not really.
Yeah, she covered a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So forced. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely super forced. It's Keith seems uncomfortable, but not in the way where it's like, oh, but like he'll get over it. It kind of feels like he's just being shoved into situations, and you're just like, can you stop? Like, can you please stop this?
He doesn't want this.
Thanks. Yeah.
It's not like we're in Avatar, how Aang, he was like, I don't want to be an Avatar, like, I'm outie, boys, right? And
yeah.
that was part of his whole thing, right?
Yeah.
But here it's just like, let's try and shove this in here as best as we can.
Yeah, and it's like with that, like with Avatar, like we wanted Aang to be the Avatar. We wanted him to like achieve his goal. But like with this, it's just like
no one wants this.
Stop shoving this like
we want
down
Shiro.
Yeah.
Like not even Keith wants this. Like literally no one wants this.
Nobody wants this except for like
maybe
I guess
fans.
one of the writers.
Yeah, and some
old
like,
fans,
OG fans from like.
But no, you know what the thing is? The thing is, I feel like this entire season is the show trying to convince itself to like itself, because you can say something, but you don't always have to mean it. And I feel like that's the problem with this season. They go and they do these things, but it's not convincing to us as an audience and to like the narrative and just the story. It's not convincing, and if you can't convince the audience and convince it that it's like a proper story that's like doing stuff, then what are you doing? What's the point?
Yeah, I think that's the perfect word for what this show is right now. It's just not convincing. Just everything about it, like the situations Keith is put in, Lotor as a villain, just everything, everything about this show is just like, a lot of the situations are just, yeah, I guess they make sense, but you haven't really convinced me enough to care. You know?
I feel like most of the side things were much more interesting, besides maybe like Zarkon's backstory, which was in itself still it was like a major thing, but it's still kind of a side thing. It wasn't like the main thing. It's a side thing. It's backstory. A lot of the side things are so much more entertaining. Like the two things that Shiro finds, like those two alien guys, entertaining. Sven and other alternate reality Slav, entertaining. Yoo-hoo, take me out of here, please. Just like everything that was on the side. Like, the side things were so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to say, the way they treated Lance this season was beautiful, and I loved it. And great.
I agree.
Yeah,
They finally gave him some depth.
Yeah, I think, to his credit, this season did a lot better job from, like, just 7 episodes than all of season 2 did.
But I'm saying, if they're trying to convince me that this is an entire season, I'll treat it like a season. Like,
yeah, true.
Don't tell me. Like, Castlevania with 4 episodes did more than this thing did in 7.
Pretty much. I mean, sure, there was less characters, but, I see.
They still did more.
Yeah. So, that was, like, we talked for a while for pretty much everything. So, finally, I want to talk about your hopes for the next season. What do you, I mean, I know you don't want to have too many expectations because you don't like spoilers, you guys, at this point. But what do you think? What are you hoping for, I guess?
Stop focusing on Keith so much.
Yeah.
I want to see more things being explained. I have so many questions just about, Zarkon still and Lotor, and I want them to focus on like Shiro and like Zarkon more rather than the paladins.
Yeah, we got a really nice backstory episode, but it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to know about Keith and Shiro, what that was like before, Shiro left.
Oh,
and you know,
yeah.
even other like the other paladins. I mean, I know you said you don't want them to focus on that a bit, but I feel like I want.
You know,
I
if
want
they're gonna
that
focus
backstory.
on it, at least make it proper writing, please. Because it's unbearable to watch bad writing.
It really is. Yeah, like I guess what I mean by I don't want them to focus on the paladins as much. I guess I mean more like now, like their situation right now. I think something needs to happen. Like I think they're trying to make it like a character-driven story right now, and I don't like that right now. Like I need something to happen so that we can stop focusing on the characters and like get into like a big fight or something. You know, like when they were the Teledove thing when we were focusing on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. Biggest mystery. Where's Kaltenecker?
That's true. Lance's VA did confirm that Kaltenecker is going to return, but he didn't return in season 3. So
This season.
yeah.
That is the biggest downfall of the season. Where is?
Honestly,
Where
yeah.
is Kaltenecker?
the most important character,
I
Kaltenecker.
know, right?
Holds all the secrets and answers.
Definitely.
Who knew we'd worship a cow like this? I don't know.
Honestly, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, anything in this show, anything can happen, really.
Anything goes.
Yeah. So, were there any final thoughts or anything either of you want to mention before I end the video? Because we've been talking a lot.
Praise Kaltenecker, Lotor, get out, and that's it.
I love Lance with all my heart.
Good boy.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah, I hope he gets treated well next season and all the other seasons following. Because he deserves it. We've seen he's
Yes.
become...
Yes.
I don't know, I just liked how he's
He's happy.
changed. I've liked how he's
He deserves the entire world,
He does.
TBH, and more.
Aw.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me. This was a lot of fun. And I'll probably end up making some more Voltron Season 3 theory videos before the next season comes out in October. But if I don't end up, just look forward to a review for the next season. Because it's coming up pretty soon. That's only like 2 months out. So, you know, we'll see you then. Bye.